I know I said it because I love you. But what?
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making.
Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm shy. That video, no, that clip you just saw and the one you're about to see, yes, is from our women's convention, the drama we acted on our women's convention. Yes, I'll allow you to watch it, before I come back. The initial plan of that video, it was my husband that, filmed it. The initial plan was just for him to film and show me, how I did. The plan was not to bring it here, but something made me decide to bring it here, which I'm going to share with you shortly. Just to watch it, just two clips, because he missed one. I will tell you, the content of the drama and why I decided to share. But before then, let me introduce the main character of the drama to you. That is more. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Uche. I am a Nigerian and I live in Spain with my family. And I discuss marriage, I discuss my faith, I discuss parenting and lifestyle. Anything I feel I can bring to the table, and I'm also here to hear from you. So after watching my video, I'd like you to make use of the comments and let me know what you think. Okay? Yes, and don't forget to subscribe. If you're tuning in for the first time, there's a reason you came. Subscribe. Okay, guys, I will see you shortly after the clip. Okay?
Leave my daughter. I got it from the village like this, from East. You understand me? From Iyala, you know the village. I got this bag. So, leave it here. Look at the bag you are carrying. Look at it. Tomash. This one is called Agushi. Gushi. Mama, let's go inside. I'm not going inside. Give my son grandchildren. Give my son children to carry my grandchildren before I come to my ancestors. Give one, because no, look, I'm talking to you, are pretty. Come and beat me. No, let me give my appetite on your waist and come and fight me. Look at you. I know I said it because I love you. But why would you allow the world to laugh at me? Father, you told me in your word that the earth is yours and the fullness thereof. Father, you say you remove the shame from me. Why is it taking so long? Father, answer me. Answer me, oh Lord. I'm tired of this shame. I'm tired of this shame. If you're indeed the God I said, then let there be a cry of a child in my house. Oh, I'm very tired. I'm waiting.
The right answer, and her friend gave her the wrong answer. But because she was consistent, she didn't follow her friend's advice. She continued her faith in God, and she went to church to pray. She didn't know that hour and that moment she was in church was when God had sent His angel to bring her baby that she had been trusting God for, and she received a business phone call. Actually, the phone call was not wrong, because God said, "You wish above all things that will prosper and also prosper it." But the thing is that the phone call came at the wrong time, and she got distracted, so she was not consistent to the very end to receive the call. How I wish the call did not come, or she ignored the call, then she would have received the blessing that she had been trusting God for. So from the drama, the lesson learned is, whatever it is that we are doing, it's not only when we are in need that we trust God, or we should be in the presence of God. Even when He blesses us with what we are asking Him for, we should still be consistent in serving.
So, welcome back. Okay, like I said before, the video is from our women's convention. Yeah, as you can see, the drama is about I don't even know my name in that drama. Let's say Ijoma, the character I played. She was married for a very long time and couldn't, conceive. You saw that the mother-in-law came unannounced just to attack the daughter-in-law. She didn't even ask, maybe, how are you doing? What have you people been doing? Her issue. If you're an African, you understand, what, women that I don't want to use the word barren, because there's no barren person. There's always hope. Women that are, trying to conceive, what they see in the African context. It's not like that here. So what I'm trying to say is the mother-in-law came. So the clip my husband, missed was after the mother-in-law came, attacked her and left. So with that burden and her heavy heart, she went to her friend to explain and to cry to her friend, somebody she can, lean on. So she went to her friend to tell her what her mother-in-law did. So the friend decided to help. And what was the help? To take the drama, that's the character I played, to take her to a native doctor, which I refused. Instead of the friend to now leave me, she used the same problem that I was having, that's the childlessness that in the movie. She started using it to curse the woman, somebody she knows her condition, somebody that cried to her just because she refused to go to the native doctor. She started cursing her, with that heavy heart. She now went to church to cry to God, and God heard her voice and sent an angel to give her a child. Unfortunately, immediately the angel wanted to give her a child, she received an important call from a customer with too much money. So while she was answering the call, the angel, she left the church and she couldn't collect her blessing. So the moral of the drama was, much as you're waiting on God, be consistent. The phone call was not necessarily a bad phone call, but she answered it at the very wrong time. You came to pray to God. When your blessing came, ordinary phone call made you miss that call. So yeah, that is the drama. But why I decided to share that video was that we were practicing for this Women's Day every Saturday. Because of the nature of, abroad, we don't usually have time weekdays. So it was only on Saturday that we had time to practice. And we practiced for 1 month, like Saturdays for 1 month. And so every Saturday when we come, whenever it's time for this drama, every other scene will be played well. But that particular scene where I cried in that drama, I could not cry because I could not fake it. It wasn't real. I could not make it real, because obviously it wasn't real. So even at a time, there was a sister that was supposed to play that role, but because of that crying scene, she dodged it. So nobody wanted to play the role. So I decided to take it up. So like I just said, let me just act it. But on that day, I felt it was necessary for me to make it real because, people came. So immediately I went to my friend's house, and she did that with that heavy burden. I now went to the altar. Brethren, immediately I closed my eyes. I had to put myself in the position of that character. Like I saw myself inside the character. I don't know, you get. So that was when I was able to bring out the real character. And I must confess, I almost cried. Because when I closed my eyes, I was just pouring out my heart. Like I felt I was the character. So when I almost cried. So when I wanted to cry was when I left that scene. And when I finished acting that drama, I felt a little bit exhausted. Like somebody that actually cried. Okay. So what I want us to take from this video is, it's only when you put yourself in somebody's position that you truly understand how that person feels. Do you get? Because all through that Saturdays, I never cried. I didn't feel like crying. That is the truth. Sometimes I will kneel in front of that altar. While saying it, I'll start laughing. But on that day, I don't know what came over me. I had to put myself in the position of that character. And that was how I was able to get it. So if we can be a little bit sensitive before we talk to people, before we say certain things to people, let us put ourselves in that people's position before we speak, especially mocking people for certain gifts that we know only God can give. Something like as sensitive as having a child, as sensitive as, getting married. Sometimes it baffles me how people use childlessness to mock people. How people will tell this person, you're wicked, that's why you could not have a child. Even if it is what you think, it's not everything you think that you speak, no matter how angry you are. No matter how angry you are, there are certain things you don't say to people in certain conditions, like this childlessness, that you know that it is only God that can give. It's not because of our righteousness, because it's not of him that willeth or runneth, but God that shows mercy. All of us have sinned. Like, if we are talking about sin, all of us have sinned. Even the air that we breathe is by God's grace and mercy. It's not that we deserve it. So when people mock people for things they cannot give to that person, for things that person cannot give to herself or himself, for things that even medical doctors, no experts cannot give, only God can give, and you're using it to mock people, put yourself in that person's position before you say certain things. Okay, don't forget that nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows the future. The only thing we know is that the future belongs to God. Don't forget that somebody that has a child today might not have a child tomorrow. Somebody that married today might not marry tomorrow. Let us stop using, let us stop validating ourselves at the expense of others. I find it very appalling. I told somebody the other day that if we start checking, the way, if we start checking the things people that are trying to conceive do to have a child, if you put yourself in their position, honestly, you will not, there are some things you cannot say. I remember years ago, one of my friends, she told me when she was trying to conceive, her husband will come back from work tired. The man will eat, have his bath. If the man wants to sleep, she will tell the man, don't sleep, because you have to do your manly duty. Even when she's not in the mood, she wants the man to come and eat with her, because she's looking for the fruit of the womb. This is tip of the iceberg. This is the little thing that, that she does just to conceive. And somebody that is going through all these things, then you come out and that is what you use to mock that person. Don't forget that the more we use these blessings of God to mock somebody that doesn't have it, we are drawing God's compassion to that person and drawing God's grace upon yourself, that things you have. That is why sometimes you see things happen to people you don't know what they said with their mouth. Guys, honestly, I don't want this video. I didn't know that I would go this far, because sometimes some things are so heavy, and like I see people say certain things to people, and I just wonder, like, from where to where, one? Why would you use this kind of thing to mock somebody? Yeah, that's what I just want to share with us today. Let us be mindful of what we say to people. Let us be kind with our words. Even if that person is passing through stuff, our kind words, can help the person, come out of certain mood instead of worse. Guys, yes, that's what I came to share with us. I hope you learned one or two things from this video. Please share, like, subscribe, and rate my acting, whether I did well or not. But I'm a lizard today. The lizard fell from the tree and he praised himself. I praised myself. I did well, but I want to know your opinion about the acting, and I will see you very, very soon in my next one.